Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss season 1 of Netflix's original show, Locke and Key. This is based off of the best-selling comic book series of the same name. I don't know much about it. I do know that this was in production for like 10 years. It bounced from different companies, and then executive producers dropped out, writers dropped out, and eventually Netflix picked it up, took on a new pilot, changed some like set locations around, stuff like that. I only watched this because Griffin Gluck's in it, to be completely honest. And I knew it had like a spooky kind of feel to it, and I was like, oh, spooky season, let's try this out. Because again, Griff is in it. So I was like, I gotta watch it. Because we talk about how awesome Griffin is all the time. And I'm watching it, and I was like, oh, it's the kid who played Georgie in it, 2017's It, and then 2019's It Chapter 2, and I was like, oh, okay, good. So this is going to be good then. It's a 10-episode season. 1 through 7 were good, weren't great, and then 1 through 6 was good, and then 7 came, and then like it was just strange. Like, the show has no idea what it wants to be. Like, it's like trying to be Narnia, but it's also trying to be Goosebumps. But then like it's what, TV 14 or something like that. Because at one point I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, this is going to be like Goosebumps. It's like a kid show. And then you have characters like dry humping and choking each other, and I was like, oh, this is not a kid show. And then like there's drinking and smoking, and I'm like, this is definitely not a kid show. So I was like, what's going on? Because this is about, 3 siblings who just lost their father after being murdered because of an apparent mystery behind Key House, their ancestral home. Their last name is Locke, so that's why it's Locke and Key. It was weird. It didn't know what it was trying to be, because you had really amped up moments and then you had really slow, boring parts. And it was like, where is the consistency of the storytelling? I didn't understand. Especially the twist at the end, like, I don't get it. Like, what I realized the downfall then of the last couple episodes was when Sam gets out of prison to then attack the Locke family again. And you had like, I don't know, 40 minutes of all of them like trying to get away from him, and then like grabbing a knife and then refusing to use it, or like grabbing his gun and then refusing to use it. Like, you've been bitching and moaning about that Sam killed your dad, for over a year. Sam killed your husband for over a year, dad and husband, because there's mother and children involved in this whole situation. Like, you want revenge on him, and then here's your moment of revenge, and you're not doing it, and like you've been amping yourself up for it. Like, what's going on? It's stupid. So I didn't like those parts. And then once the betrayal of Sam comes into effect, you have this villain named Echo, who is released from a key, but she takes this form of this old kid Lucas, who died many years ago in the 90s, once they graduated high school. So the kid's father, Randall Locke, had a group of friends, and they were called the Guardians of the Keys, or the Keeper of the Keys. And they were keeping the keys safe and using the keys to have fun and adventures and stuff like that at Key House. Because there's also like a black door in the sea caves that illuminates this blue light, and it's a portal to a different world, different realm for that matter. And then it's eventually explained that, whatever they let out in the 90s, some kind of demon from the blue light, it like wreaked havoc on the Keeper of the Keys group, and 3 of them wound up, killing each other, and the rest of the friends had to make it look like a drowning, that the kids drowned in the sea caves. It was a tragedy. And then like years go by, and then you have new Keeper of the Keys, because the Locke kids are back at the house, the ancestral house. And it's just back and forth, and it's like, who is Echo? Like, is Echo actually Gabe, or is Echo Lucas? Or if that's the case, then both Kinsey and Luke and Tyler, siblings, brother and sister siblings, are hooking up with the same person, who takes the form of both female Dodge and male Gabe, but also male Lucas. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are you not explaining who this demon character is after then another light comes out, after the new kids throw what they think was Dodge into this new realm, but it turns out to be a different character named Ellie, disguised as Dodge because of a head key. Not a head key, some key that changes your shape. it wasn't explained, and I don't like when stories give you so much information, like you're supposed to retain it and then don't explain the information. Like, that's dumb. It's dumb. I didn't like, man, I didn't like a lot of this. I feel terrible saying it. It's just bad storytelling. It's really bad storytelling. And I feel bad because the kids did a great job with the material they were given. I don't like that you get a very brief glimpse to the background of the Locke family by Bodhi as a ghost talking to one of the ghost Locks in the graveyard. But like, nothing's mentioned of why the house is magical, why the keys are magical, why the keys are attached to the Locke family, why the keys are attached to this door in the sea caves, which is underneath the key house. Like, none of that is explained, and I felt that it should have been explained at the end of this season, because what if this did not get renewed for a second season? It got renewed for a second season. I only know it's currently filming right now, even though there is still the COVID-19, coronavirus pandemic. Netflix did start production on it, and Griffin Gluck has been posting about, back on set, welcome back boxes, masks wearing, stuff like that. So, like, what if this was not renewed for a second season? Like, I, as a viewer who know nothing from the comics, would have absolutely no idea why the keys are magical, why they're attached to the Locke family, why the key house is attached to the Locke family, why the key house is built on top of the sea cave, which holds the black door to this other realm where demons live. Those shadow demons were pretty cool. That was actually the coolest part of the entire show. But, like, there was so much information given and not enough explained. And that annoyed me. It really did. It did annoy me. It's funny. A friend of mine did say I would get annoyed watching this show. And she was right. Go figure. So, yeah. It was spooky. Like I said, those shadow demons were pretty creepy. So, it fulfilled my spooky needs for this spooky season. I'm currently filming on October 1st, 30 days until Halloween. We are all set. The hitchhiking ghost tattoo and the Stitch, the vampire Stitch Halloween tattoo, we're all set. We're good to go. But yeah, on to other spooky movies. We're gonna go into a horror and spooky binge and bring out the spooky season. So stay tuned. Mucho mahalo.